I've got some great news, but before I tell you what the great news is, I guess I got to tell you about the problem. The great news is more affordable housing is on the way. And it's not just for one city, it's several across the whole country. But you might be asking yourself, is it really a problem? Well, if you probably already know if you're looking for a house, if you're thinking about looking for a house, this is a video you probably want to watch if you're looking to rent, if you're looking to buy, if you're just looking at real estate in general. You probably want to watch this video to the end. This is a hot topic, and why even in, let's say, Austin, Texas, we've had unbelievable prices. Boise, Idaho, there is hope for affordable housing and supposedly coming soon. And at the end of this video, I'll give you my personal thoughts as well as show you some interesting information and facts. I've covered this a few times since Joe Biden's Build Back Better plan made it through the House and it headed over to the Senate. But several huge affordable housing projects have already been approved. The problem is you can't move into them today, right? So I'm going to show you some video that shows the actual problem here in a couple seconds, or actually a couple minutes. Find out which state just got approved for $31 million worth of affordable housing coming soon to your neighborhood. Which city is getting 84 new affordable housing units? That may not sound like a lot, but in this particular area, they're desperate. And how another possible 50 million worth of affordable housing is coming to another city. Now, why is this so important? I'm going to cover it right out of the gate. I'm Andrew Cartwright. I hope you guys are doing well. Here's your housing update for Wednesday, December 1st, 2021. My goal is to keep you updated on what's going on, accurate sources from the web that's pulled to help you get government and private money for yourself, your loved ones, and your business, which is why I have a lending platform down below, 12 different programs, loans for businesses up to $5 million, credit lines, all kinds of stuff. I got 75 bank partners that I work with. They're incredible. I don't charge anything for my services. The rates are sometimes below 3%, so make sure you check it out. It only takes like 15 minutes to check it out. Also, I have a real estate program you do not want to miss. It's a $10,000 course. I throw it away. I mean, I give it away on this channel for 99 bucks. You got to check it out. 2 videos down below are free. Just watch it, check it out. If you like it, it's 36 videos, resource list, how to buy, when to buy, market cycles, and how to even buy without even using your own credit. It's really cool. This channel is dedicated to personal finance, real estate, stock market, crypto, all kinds of things. I also give away money here, $2,000. When we hit 200,000 subscribers, you can help. You can get the $2,000 as well. All you got to do is comment, like, and subscribe. If you want to share, that's even better, but you don't have to. If you throw a comment, we're going to randomly pick a comment when we hit 200,000 subscribers and launch out $2,000. So make sure you do that. Don't miss out. You could win. You never know. So, but first, let's get into this. What is the problem? I want to get into the problem first before I get into all the solutions and before I give you my final thoughts. So the big problem is this. Austin, Texas. Look at this. 2.34 million in 2021. A rise of nearly 33% over 2020's already high pricing. 33% increase. Boise is high. And I'm going to show you some video on that to show you just how high it is. They're up there too with Austin, Texas. And the stock market, after the one case, went from being positive, which I reported on earlier, to all red after that. So I'm also going to cover at the end Boise, kind of a deep dive into Boise, Idaho. Like I mentioned, let's go into the problem here.
Areas will be able to borrow nearly $1 million for a mortgage loan backed by the federal government. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac say the cap on their mortgages will increase next year. And some of the hottest markets are not ones that you would expect. CBS's Mark Strassman checked out the boom in Boise.
Ask anyone here. Boise, Idaho is having its biggest gold rush since the 1860s. It's called real estate.
It was just completely insane that the mountain prices went up 30% in a year.
Jennifer Louie sells real estate in Boise's boom.
10, 20 people in a bidding war, sometimes even more. This year, we had homes that sold 100,000 over the asking price.
Boise is now America's least affordable housing market. Home prices dwarf incomes. One study compared Boise's medium-priced home, almost $535,000. That's 10 times higher than the median income for one person here. Almost 9 times higher than the median income for a couple. Want to make an offer? Better be all cash above the asking price.
Just to satisfy my curiosity, because I've never actually been to Boise, Idaho, although we have a lot of people on this channel that watch this channel from Boise, Idaho, I had to know, like, I did a Google search, like why would someone go to Boise, Idaho? And this is what I found. I found that why do people move to Boise, Idaho? Every year, a lot of people move to Boise, Idaho because, well, basically lower cost of living and housing costs, more affordable rents, great weather, and plenty of outdoor activities. So I'm like, okay, how's the weather? Well, the weather is 51 degrees. It's like cloudy and rainy, and that's what their winters look like. Interesting. Yet this is the most expensive. Wow. Amazing, right? Housing across the country, if that gives you an idea, is all over the map. So let's get into what could be some good solutions, right? Because we want to keep it positive. The hope is that things get better, right? With all the stuff going on, I hope it gets better anyway, right? The great state of Rhode Island is using $31 million to build over 600 different units of affordable housing in the next 13 different communities all over the state. So the Administration of Housing and Resources Commission approved the funding through the state's, quote, Building Homes Rhode Island, end quote. I guess that's a pretty reasonable name for the program. According to Governor Daniel McKee, quote, addressing the housing crisis is Rhode Island is one of the top priorities of McKee Rhodes administration, end quote. This is fantastic. And not just for creating safe, affordable housing, as you can see is a problem, but for creating great jobs and revitalizing the community, because guess what? Someone's got to build these, and every house I've seen are pretty much hand built, because I've built a couple hundred of them. Carolyn Ventura, executive director of RI Housing, said, quote, each dollar of the RI fund invested leverages additional investments, which create significant economic benefits for states and serve as an engine for growth, employment, and spending on local goods and services, end quote, right? You got to pay somebody, and hopefully they're going to hire somebody locally. So this is great news for people in Rhode Island, not only for housing, but also for the job market. Rents and mortgages are skyrocketing. They're so high and only getting higher, it seems, as we've pointed out in these other cities and around the country. So it's good to see things being put into motion by Rhode Islanders. Meanwhile, the Minneapolis Public Housing Authority will demolish over a dozen houses in Minneapolis for those 84 units in 4 or 6 plexes around the city. Imagine that we're going to see a lot more of this. We need affordable housing. And I'm going to tell you my final thoughts why it is the way it is right now. It's going to cost around $34 million for the project, and the project could potentially begin in the summer of next year. Juan Torres, project leader and the Housing Authority development manager, said, quote, our goal here with the project is to build as much affordable housing as we can in the areas where it typically does not exist, but also to continue investing in the area where it is present and it does exist. This is kind of a direct response to that, to create additional family housing within our scattered sites, end quote. So true. We need housing all over the country. Even in New York, they're putting a huge complex in the middle of Manhattan, right? Right now, there are about 1,000 families on the wait list, and agency leaders say there is a sense of urgency to add more housing. The 84 units, which is certainly not enough, that are available could house about 420 low-income families in the next 30 years. Another 17 units will create for those families who are in Hampton County shelters. Brian Schaefer, MPHA Assistant Director of Planning and Development, pointed out that 84 is a low number compared to the 1,000, obviously, but their 84 units will still help a lot of people. Something, right? 84 is better than nothing, but it's still a lot less than needed, and that's currently. Finally, a Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you've ever been there, it's pretty cool. Mixed-use building that has 235 apartments sold for $50.7 million. The people who bought the building is hoping to make at least a dozen of the units more affordable, as there's a rush to actually get also loans that encourage people to use to have affordable housing. The mixed-use building includes several shared amenities, a courtyard, a fitness center, and a parking garage and ground floor retail space. Maple Grove Properties Management broke ground on the $56.5 million project all the way back in 2016, when it was given $10.9 million in funds from the Michigan Strategic Fund. With all these projects being confirmed, there's a very good chance that your city could be getting new affordable housing. And the best way is pick up the phone and find out if you can bring affordable housing to your neighborhood. It could mean a job. It could mean a business for you. It could mean a lot. And it could mean a lot to the people who live around there. The video from Boise, Idaho market shows a just staring look at what's really happening in the housing market. It is what's happening. Since 2008, many of the housing market developers like myself have been gun shy. A lot of us came out of 2008 and probably took 4 to 10 years to fix all their problems. By the time they did and got their projects restarted again, because in 2008, many of the housing developments fell apart. As a result of that, it took time to rebuild those projects. And then when they got underway, there was a backlog of houses. So we've had several market cycles, 5 and 10-year market cycles, where the market has been unstable. As a developer, it could take anywhere from 2 to 5 years to get a development done. So you've got to risk moving into an area. You got to know the market's going to be good for at least 5 years so you can get into the project and get out of it without rates going up, like we're talking about rates going up next year. Well, if rates go up, housing prices go down. As a result, builders have a hard time selling their properties. So it's a mixed bag. The market volatility right now with the coronavirus and everything going on out there has created these different pockets of houses that are usually being built as the population grows. If it grows by 1%, our housing grows by 1%, right? Well, that hasn't been the case. There's been slow. We haven't built enough homes, affordable homes for people. So we need to do more of that, obviously, around the country. Obviously, the Build Back Better and more HUD programs will be coming down the pipeline. The problem is a lot of these projects are going to take a couple of years, 3 years. So it's going to be a few years of pain in the real estate market, just to be honest with you folks. The housing market is going to be a mess for a couple of years. I hope you found this informative and helpful. And it is Wednesday, December 1st. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.